Welcome to our channel. Today, we discuss a scenario that has fascinated scientists, astronomers, and curious minds alike. What happens if the sun starts dying in 2100? Imagine looking up at the sky one day and realizing that the life-giving star at the center of our solar system is no longer as vibrant, as steady, or as powerful as it used to be. This isn't science fiction, it's a fascinating thought experiment based on the natural life cycle of stars, and understanding it can reveal a lot about our place in the universe and how fragile life on Earth truly is. The Sun is a middle-aged star, currently about 4.6 billion years old. In cosmic terms, it's in the middle of its life cycle. Scientists estimate that it will remain stable for roughly another 5 billion years, eventually expanding into a red giant and ultimately becoming a white dwarf. But what if, somehow, the Sun's energy output starts declining abruptly around the year 2100? How would that affect Earth and life as we know it? The first thing to consider is temperature. The Sun provides the energy that drives our climate, weather systems, and the cycles of life itself. If its energy output starts decreasing, even slightly, we would see immediate drops in global temperatures. Winters could become harsher, summers shorter, and agricultural patterns would be disrupted almost instantly. Crops that rely on consistent sunlight could fail, leading to food shortages worldwide. Humanity would have to adapt rapidly, perhaps turning to advanced indoor farming techniques, artificial sunlight, or even relocating populations to more temperate regions. But it doesn't stop at temperature. A dying sun would also impact the atmosphere. The delicate balance of gases that make life possible is maintained in part by solar radiation. Reduced sunlight could mean less photosynthesis, leading to decreases in oxygen production. Changes in temperature gradients could trigger extreme weather events, including superstorms, hurricanes, and unpredictable shifts in rainfall patterns. Our oceans, which absorb sunlight and regulate climate, would cool unevenly, causing disruptions in currents like the Gulf Stream. This would further destabilize ecosystems, marine life, and human coastal settlements. Another factor is the psychological effect. Humans have evolved under the presence of a stable sun. And sunlight regulates sleep cycles, hormone production, and mood. A gradual dimming or weakening of sunlight could lead to widespread health consequences, including depression, sleep disorders, and reduced overall well-being. Entire societies might have to rethink daily schedules, energy consumption, and even the architecture of cities to maximize exposure to the sun's dwindling energy. Of course, technology could offer some solutions. Humanity has already begun experimenting with artificial suns in controlled environments, such as fusion reactors. In a world where the sun is dying, these technologies might be scaled up dramatically. Imagine enormous orbital mirrors redirecting sunlight to Earth, massive solar reflectors amplifying the sun's rays, or global networks of artificial energy generators that replicate the sun's warmth and light. Yet even with technology, the challenge would be immense, as nothing on Earth could completely replace the sun's impact on the planet's ecosystems and climate systems. But what about space? If the sun is dying, Earth might not be the only planet affected. The entire solar system would feel the consequences. Planets further away, like Mars and Jupiter, would experience even more severe drops in temperature. Moons that rely on tidal heating and solar energy could become frozen wastelands. Human colonies on other planets, if they exist by 2100, would have to rely entirely on artificial energy sources, making space colonization even more technologically demanding. And as the sun weakens, its gravitational hold on the solar system could subtly change, potentially altering orbital paths and increasing the risk of collisions or destabilization over long periods. Now, you might be wondering how realistic this scenario is. Current models suggest that the sun won't suddenly die in a single century, it's a slow process. But hypothetical situations, like accelerated hydrogen depletion or massive solar flares triggering instability, give scientists room to explore extreme outcomes. These scenarios also help us understand what could happen if other stars in our galaxy begin to die. By studying stellar evolution, we learn not only about the distant future of our sun but also about the life cycles of countless other stars and the planets that orbit them. Thinking further, a dying sun would have profound effects on energy infrastructure. Solar power, which has become a cornerstone of renewable energy, would decline sharply. Entire economies that rely heavily on solar energy would need immediate alternatives. Fossil fuels, nuclear energy, and other technologies would suddenly become critical to survival. The geopolitical implications are staggering. Countries with resources to generate artificial sunlight or advanced energy production could gain tremendous power, while others might face catastrophic shortages. And let's not forget about the oceans and the water cycle. Water evaporation, rainfall, and freshwater availability all depend on the sun's heat. As the sun fades, glaciers could expand, sea levels could drop initially, and water cycles would be disrupted. Some regions could experience droughts, while others could face unexpected floods. Entire ecosystems, from rainforests to coral reefs, would struggle to survive. Humanity would need to develop unprecedented water management strategies, desalination systems, and sustainable agriculture techniques to survive in this new solar reality.